Yeah, we in the front row and it's so live.
Shout out to in the front row.
You'll see some of those highlights from Montrez and everyone throughout their
Hey,
drilling.
baby, front row the best.
Now we in the front row. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in to the show. Hey,
Appreciate
now
you
we
live and
rolling
showing
on
the
you
world.
already know.
Keep it going,
Hey,
Jermaine
it's going
Jackson in the
down.
building.
Everybody so hype. High school to the pros. Now we in the front row. Now we in the front row. Yeah.
Back to the
Now
ship.
you in the front row.
How does
Let's
it
go.
feel?
Feels good, you know. I ain't
Bro,
seen
when
you
it's
in a
so
while.
live, got the best view, VIP courtside.
man, I'm hurt, but I'm
It's
happy.
going down,
You know, I feel
everybody
like a
so
champ.
hype. High
Of course,
school
you
to
know.
the pros, now we in the front row. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in to the show. Hey, hey, now we ballin', homie, you already know. Hey, it's going down, everybody so hype. High school to the pros, now we in the front row.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the In the Front Row YouTube channel. We have part 2 of our 2-part series on Black Lives Matter, and I am lucky to have Shereen joining me today as a co-host. Fredo and Josh are unfortunately out, but they will be back very soon. And today, we are also lucky and honored to have a guest of ours on the show, current basketball player and athlete, Savage Bastard. Welcome to the show.
How you doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Good. There has been a lot going on in this world, and here at In the Front Row, we said it last show, we stand behind the fight for equality and to end police brutality, but there were a lot of comments that hit the media today that we want to get your opinion on that had to do with Drew Brees. So we are going to start with that. Drew Brees came under fire and had a lot of backlash today after he said, quote, to Yahoo Finance, "I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country," after he was asked about NFL players possibly kneeling next season as a peaceful protest. A lot of athletes, including LeBron James, came back at Drew Brees. So we want your thoughts on the Drew Brees statement, and we'll start this off.
As an athlete, I definitely hear him saying, well, I wouldn't mind, you know what I mean, taking a knee. Or some players, they say, I don't really go for that. You know, this country served a lot for me. The white, blue, red, you know, it's all kind of basically raised him. So we can't be upset because of how he feels about America. There's plenty of people I know as an athlete when we're getting ready to play and they ask us to put our hand over our heart and look towards, you know, the flag. It's just part of it. It's part of sports. It's part of America. You know what I mean? So I can definitely hear why he feels so strongly about it, you know, because as an athlete, whatever makes you great, you have to continue to do that. You know, regardless of the next man kneeling or, you know, the next man not, whatever's your ritual, you have to keep that going. So he believes America's done him justice. So we have to support him. And if you don't, then it's his opinion. He's all just.
It definitely is. LeBron James came back at Drew Brees. I'm going to find the quote in a moment. But also, I want to get your opinion on Steven Jackson and what he had to say. So I'm going to play it out loud for you, and I want to get your opinion on this.
Shout out Michael Thomas, man. Way to hold Drew Brees accountable, Mike. I don't give a damn if he throw you all them touchdowns. Hold his ass accountable. Wrong, bad timing, Drew Brees. Bad timing, bro. All right, you play for New Orleans and you live in New Orleans. All them black people in New Orleans that support you, Drew Brees, you got to be a little bit more sensitive to the timing, bro. You can't just be saying shit out your ass. Yeah, you should understand. But y'all got to hold all y'all white teammates accountable, bro. Fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to end that shit now. Ain't no straddling the fence, all right? Y'all got to check y'all teammates. Michael Thomas, I salute you, bro. Fuck Drew Brees. Way to check his ass. If you ain't down with us, then, hey, you on the other side. All that friend shit and acting like you support us, acting like you really down with us, we ain't buying that shit. All that half-ass supporting us, we ain't down with that. The same motherfucker you half-ass supporting is the same motherfucker you throwing them passes to that make you get all these goddamn yards. Facts. But y'all don't like the truth.
So that was Steven Jackson and his thoughts on the Drew Brees statement.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I thought he nailed it, actually. I thought he nailed it. And, you know, you can't be on both sides. He kneeled, and then he made his statements. There's pictures of him smiling with Trump. Who is he? I don't even know who he is. But today, right now, during all this, is not the time for it. While the music industry is spending its time trying to learn more and be more educated on the subject and trying to figure out ways like Live Nation. We did this yesterday. We have people on. Employees were listening to experiences of Black men athletes. That Scott Machado came on, and a few other of our co-hosts for Lace Up Podcast came on. And it was so emotional that the employees started telling people about their experiences. And, it was hard to keep I was moderating, but it was very hard to keep not to cry. And afterwards I had a long, hard cry about it. And so, props to Steven Jackson Jr. What do you think, savage bastard?
Man, that was a great statement. Before I even I can't really take back what I said about Drew Brees. I'm not trying to play both sides of the field. It's just I respect everybody's decision. And hearing that statement from him, it does hit home because it is the wrong time. Probably any other time, it probably would have been all right. Probably nobody would have thought about it. But since we're in a time right now where everything is touchy with race and just stereotypes and stuff right now, this is not the time to basically have that kind of free will and just say whatever you want. And you are entitled to saying whatever you want. You're entitled to doing what you want. You're entitled to vote for who you want. I mean, you're entitled to all of this. We're not in slavery. You know what I mean? So this is one of those things where I feel like we have to separate ourselves from that. So if he's saying he doesn't want to be associated with the All Black Matters, or he doesn't want to be associated with anything towards this movement, then we have to move on. And we respect him as an athlete, but we can't sit here and just be on him about this because he's not the problem. He just has a voice and he's just speaking his opinion. And we have to realize that everybody has their opinion, athlete, non-athlete, and we have to respect it. And so, like Steven Jackson said, this is not the right time. And I'm glad one of his friends or players, athlete close to him, talked to him about it. He probably didn't think about it until he actually got told from a Black point of view, African American's point of view, like, this is not cool, man. Like, this is not the time to be, praising this flag right here. Like, our ancestors died for this flag. Our country has been made off of slavery, which our ancestors built this whole just pharmacy, just clothes we're wearing today. Like, this is what this America was all about. It was about cotton and slaves. So the fact that you represent and you say that this flag is, meaning X, Y, Z to you, it touches Black people and people of different races. It makes us feel like, well, you're for slavery. You're for that oppression. And we kind of just have to take a step back and just let him live his life.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe a better way of saying it was, I believe in not disrespecting the flag. And I understand that Colin was respecting the flag. That it was his way of respecting America. He loves America. He wants America to be different.
It's a difficult conversation, and I think I agree with Steven Jackson pretty much in everything that he said. I also agree with LeBron James. We'll get to that in a moment. And I just want to read that for you. But when Colin Kaepernick peacefully protested, that's his right as an American. I said on this show before, I don't think Colin Kaepernick did anything wrong in the way that he protested. He went out, he made a statement, and he peacefully protested. And we're seeing today a lot of people are calling for that. And he's been doing that since, 2012 or 2013? I'm not sure of the – I'm not sure of the – I don't want to say the year wrong. But he's protesting during the national anthem because that's what's going to bring attention to the social injustice that's currently in this country. And that's how he was trying and that's how he was getting people's attention. So I agree with Steven Jackson there, and I agree with Colin Kaepernick. LeBron James also, I want to bring him into the conversation because he kind of on Steven Jackson with this. He said on Twitter, he quote tweeted the Yahoo Finance tweet about Drew Brees and said, quote, "Wow, man, it is still surprising at this point." Or is it still surprising at this point? Excuse me. Sure isn't. You literally still don't understand why Cap was kneeling on one knee? ? He has absolutely nothing to do with the disrespect of the American flag and our soldiers, men and women who keep our land free. My father-in-law was one of those men who fought as well for this country. I asked him a question about it and thank him all the time for his commitment. He never found Cap peaceful protests offensive because he and I both know what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. God bless you. So LeBron James is kind of saying the same thing. Your guys' quick reaction.
In a nicer way.
Yeah.
in a very political way. We're going to say that. Basically said what we all wanted to say, but in a very political way. I honestly feel like as an athlete, this is one of those things where we just hope not only there's change in the everyday life, but in some of the bills. You know, if you look back and you say, well, how come nothing in the Declaration of Independence has changed? All that stuff was made from slavery times, right? So why is that still effective? Why is it still active? Why are some of these bills still allowed to be active? So I feel like more than anything, we have to read into the Declaration of Independence, and it's time to change things in America. Of course, we want to say that the police brutality is a big thing, and it is. It's a very big thing. But the other big half of it is the laws. You know, African Americans, we make up majority of incarceration. We make up most of the profiling. So if you're not an athlete, you're not a rapper, you know, you're not a singer, something like that, and you're being profiled. You're being profiled as somebody that's doing something wrong. You're doing something devious, and it's something that has been done within America. We don't view other races that way. When cops pull over African American versus any other race, it's two different stereotypes, and they have shown us too. Just because we're athletes or an actor or celebrity, they will still treat us the same way. And I feel like that has something to do with, like I said, the system itself. So yes, the police, they're a problem too, and that's going to be fixed as soon as possible. But also, we have to look into our own system. So I'm saying we take it to Washington, D.C., and we just rewrite everything, because everybody doesn't feel that same way from 1896. It's impossible.
And I want to ask you about the current state of the country and your thoughts about that. But I do want to say, make sure to vote, guys. Voting season is here, and if you want things to change, at the polls is a big solution to get the right people in there. But I do want to ask you about your, I guess, current thoughts about the state of the country and what maybe we all could do to help as a community.
I feel like the first thing we should do is stop looking at the next person. I feel like when we all say, all right, I'm gonna work on myself, I'm gonna work on my stereotypes, I'm gonna work on things that make me look like I'm actually racist. So instead of approaching different people in certain ways as a very negative way, we should start looking at it as love, all positive. Just how we look at our brother, we should look at the next human just the same way. I feel like we should take race out of a lot of things, and we should just start focusing on human nature. We should start focusing on connecting, understanding what the human problems are. And I feel like that's where we're going to start at, because until then, it's always going to be one side of the universe just saying, well, we want this way and this, and that. And there's going to be a bunch of other people following. So I feel like if we take everybody's perspective and we put it together like kind of like a melting pot, you know, we take everybody's ideas, you know what I mean? We take the LGBT T community, you know what I mean? We get the African Americans, you know, we get all these races, we get everybody together, and we make new laws. That's where I think we should start it. And it's going to start at Washington, D.C. I feel like we're all protesting and we're doing the right thing, but I would like to see us protesting and changing the government. I would love it if we have, you know, signs too now. They're saying change the laws, you know, change the system. I'm all for Black movement. I'm for it all. But when I look at the problem, I see the government. So let's attack the government.
Shereen, finish up. I don't want to interrupt you.
Did you have more to add?
No, that was it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want to cut you off. Yeah.
Protest and, you know, make them change the laws, because we need these laws to be changed.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you're a father. So, I want to ask you from that point of view, your son is what, 7, 8?
He's 5. He's 5. He's turning.
So how do you explain all this to your son, and what have you been saying, and what's your plans while he's growing up for advice? And
I mean, at this age, he doesn't really know what's going on. So he's still in school, and he doesn't really know what the world problems are. Because great parents, you don't let your children see certain things. You can expose your child to anything you want to because it's your child, but to keep your child safe in the right mindset, you let them be a child. So you let them stay in the child's place. So my child is staying in the child's place, and as a parent, I'm trying to fix everything else, see what I can do as far as just protecting him. He has to grow up in it. So I'm trying to figure out a way that we can all live in this world.
You want to share any experiences you've had as a Black man growing up in Los Angeles?
It's
People,
crazy.
I think they learn a lot because they don't really think that you get profiled or you get stopped for driving while Black, but it happens all the time. And we've been hearing, when I leave the house, I have to do X, Y, Z. I put it in my mind. I put this in the car. I put this a certain place. What's it like for you?
Well, I had experience about, let's say, 4 months ago. So I was in JCPenney's, and I just got done basically playing basketball. And I was walking in JCPenney's just to look around. I was looking at some earrings in the earring section, and I got profiled. Basically, the guy thought I was stealing. So he kept looking at me, and I asked him, I said, hey, is there a problem? Is there anything I can help you with? Because I'm not stealing. Is there something that you need? Because I see you profiling me, and I don't like it. I'm just trying to shop in this store peacefully. And he continues to, follow me, and he just doesn't want to let it go. And so eventually comes to, wow, these guys are really choking me and beating me up all over this man. So I literally, I have a case right now that's open against JCPenney's. I'm currently going through right now because of this. So I know firsthand, and it's crazy. I have a police report, I have everything to show that when I literally passed out. I literally was like, stop choking me.
Choked you?
They was literally choking me.
Oh my God.
Security guards at JCPenney's jumped me like I stole their life. They literally beat me up. And so I'm saying this to say that if this is the security guards, right, and this is at JCPenney's, just imagine how these police officers are feeling. And it's just, like I said, you have to just change the mindset of the world, period. This isn't just one thing. These people think when they get in power that it's okay to do stuff behind closed doors, So they thought since I was Black, I was stealing. They probably thought, hey, he's going to steal. So when the police came and they checked the cameras and they asked me so many times, man, if you stole, just tell us now, man. No, I didn't steal. I didn't steal nothing at all. I was just shopping, looking for some earrings. The guy kept harassing me. I'm waiting for my Lyft. I'm about to go see my son. My Lyft driver was waiting outside for me. The guys attacked me. I'm trying to fight for myself. I have my backpack on. I can show you my backpack that they ripped. Look.
Oh my gosh.
So you see my backpack right here?
Did JCPenney's give you a backpack?
So I was wearing my backpack because it's my, this is my gym bag. So I literally have my backpack on, and I'm just about to, just leave. And like I said, doom. And I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. And this is crazy because as a Black man, right, nobody believed in me. And that's the crazy thing that I just really don't like about this world right now, is that we'll rather believe in everything else but a Black man. The Black man always has to be lying. He's always has to be deceiving. It's always something up his sleeve.
Guilty before anything.
And it's
George Floyd.
And it's not with the police. It's with our everyday struggle. It's with our parents. It's with our teachers. It's with anybody that comes across us. It's always that, come on, Black man. It's just like, what? I'm already doing right. I'm on the right path. Why do you think I'm doing something else? Why do you feel like you have to need to tell me what I need to do in my life? I live being in America every day. And you try to say, oh, don't gangbang, don't do this. But now we have cops, we have security guards, we have people taking it in their hands, where now we're going to just start attacking these people. Like I said, most of our race is in jail. So we say 80% of our race is in jail. So you saying the other 20% are out here just being destructive? We're trying, and so that's where I say being Black is tough. And I have a case right now open. I have a lawyer. I'm going to chiropractor, and it's finna be big because that's a pretty big thing. And I didn't steal, and I didn't attack nobody. So, that's just my story. And that was recent. So this was
Mary,
before.
if you go to court, I want to be there.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like I said, and even after that, I was getting questioned. Like my own family asked me, "Hey, did you really steal, man?"
Seriously?
Like seriously.
Your
But
own family.
yes, and I'm just saying this, and you can understand because this big of a case, right? You don't want something to pop out like, dang, they beat you up, but you stole. So now they have legal rights to put their hands on you. And it was like, nah, I didn't steal. But if I say it one time, why do I have to keep reiterating myself about my truth? Like my truth is going to change. You know what I mean? And so I have pictures of my face. I have a whole side of my face was cracked because
Oh
he
my
literally
God.
like picked my head up and he was slamming my face against the floor and the cement. He was just talking crazy, man. He was just like, this is what you get kind of thing. And I'm just like thinking to myself, like, is it really this serious, man? Like, let me go, man. Like, let me go. And he didn't let me go. And the police came, they took me to the hospital and I pressed charges on JCPenney's. And that's my story
Get
right
that guy's name. Hopefully that guy gets charges too.
now. We're all going to court. So basically
Okay.
what happened is
I'm sorry that happened to you.
I mean, it's a blessing in disguise, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not looking for money, nothing like that out the situation, even though that's going to be granted because of what happened. It's just a situation like with me, when I went home that next day, I was just so grateful. Like, I didn't steal, I didn't do this, but I'm still black and people are still attacking me. Like, I did nothing wrong and I'm still being attacked. It's just like, you can't win,
Yeah, that's a horrible feeling.
I mean, it makes you stronger. And that's why I say being black, African-American, I don't like how we always get taken out. And since we always get taken out, we always feel like we're special. So when we make it out something, like we make it out the hood or something, it's a special meaning. It's supposed to be an everyday thing. We're supposed to be helping each other build and grow, regardless of skin color. But it's just the government. I feel like we have to change it, you guys. Like, that's my biggest thing right now. And I'm wishing that, we all change it because we, as the people, we control this government. They tell us every time we, the people, control the government. So we all have to come together and we have to make them change the laws.
I think sometimes our president forgets that we're his boss, not just his base.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like, and this is why I say I try to tell people of my age, talk about it because they don't want to talk about it. And I can understand because it's not something like reading a magazine. You just can't pick up and start talking about politics. You can tell when somebody's been talking about politics their whole life. They've been dealing with politics. So for our age group, politics was never, ever pushed upon us. Everything pushed upon us was success, drugs, basketball, athletes, so women, and these things took a toll on us. So now that half our age group is off drugs and out of their minds and don't care about what's going on in the government, now that makes up a good 30% of our votes.
Right.
That makes up a lot of percentage. So now we're missing out on a lot of information, a lot of key things that can change our world just because of what we was told to pay attention to. Right. So, and now, we're getting to the age where we're trying to figure out why these things are happening, like, hey, why is all this stuff? It's because we're not paying attention, and we don't want to pay attention because we feel like the government is a lie. We always say that, and my man Dylan right here said, go out and vote. And they say that, but it seems it doesn't matter, in our age bracket. I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people in my age bracket feel like voting doesn't matter. It does not count, and they're going to choose who they want to choose.
Right, so that's for president, but I think maybe more and more people need to realize that their mayor, if you haven't seen it lately, the mayor you choose, the council people you choose. Kamala Harris is our senator. She's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I say, like, one thing that I would love to do, like I said, is just make our generation more informed on how much power we can have if we work together.
Exactly.
Like, we always go through things in our lives where we see change, right? And so this is one of these times in life where we're seeing change again. The last time was Obama, 2008. He was preaching change. There's a lot of change going on, right? And so now it's about to be another change because this world can't do this anymore. We can't live like this. We can't survive. And not even America, but think about North Korea. Think about the problems they're having over there. Let's think about Australia. Half Australia burned down and nobody's saying anything right now. So we have to come together because we're all on this planet together. I'm not asking.
Germany, Italy, England, New Zealand, they've all been demonstrating.
So, like I said, I love to focus on, the real problems instead of the ticky-tack problems. So the ticky-tack problems are stuff like this, and I only say that because it's like a relationship, right? If you allow a person to do it once, they'll do it twice, right? So this relationship that we've been having with America and throughout riots and throughout racism and throughout everything, trying to, like the stock market, the black stock market, all this stuff, right, that we try to push upon America to give us rights, it's time that changes, because we don't have to destroy property. We don't have to do X, Y, Z to get our point across. We all want the same thing. We all want world peace. We all want dignity. We all want the same thing. But it seems that, like you've posted, Shereen, why is there cops posting bricks, things of that nature, so people can break down these buildings, right?
Right.
And so anybody with any sense of stock marketing and just insurance, right? So the insurance basically runs the world. So if you have an insurance company and say somebody steals from you, you get that money back, right? And so in this situation, right, we can look at this, right, the last 6 months. What businesses have been profiting off this economic resource things happening, right? It's only been about 4 or 5 stores. So now every other store has moved towards, hey, we are going to have people break in our stores. We can get our money back from the insurance company, and our stock doesn't go down no more. So now they're forcing their money back in their pockets because they've been losing money since this whole Corona happened. So now it's our turn to, now that they're on their knees, they're trying to figure out things, they're giving money out, they're giving unemployment out. Now it's time to ask for some real stuff. So I feel like
I think they've been found out now, because today I have seen a lot less looting and a lot less fires and a lot more people protesting. I've been seeing a lot more knees taken by, both races when it comes to the police and the National Guard. I think that, and I've been preaching this, if the police and the National Guard could empathize, then these things would not become violent. And then you had all these people hijacking. You had a white supremacist group acting like they were Antifa. They had to be brought off Twitter, and there's not one evil. Like it comes in many different.
Comes in many forms.
Many forms.
That's why I said we have to attack the government. I'm not the one to start protesting, but like I said, I have a voice. And so this is something that I feel like will help. I'm not saying looting and breaking down all this stuff will help. I feel like it helped for the people that didn't have anything, for the people that's been struggling for the last 6 months. Those look like the people that was out there looting and robbing and, couldn't get no unemployment check. They couldn't get no money from the government. They they lost their job. So this is one of those things, well, why are these people doing this? Because there's no money in our government. So it's time to open up the world again so that we all can start making money now. Because there's only a specific number of people now that are making money. So what is the rest of the world going to do? How am I supposed to tell this man who has a whole family that he has to stay at home? He can't stay at home. He has to go pay bills. So now it's time, like I said, we have the government at attention. And I feel like these rappers, actors, all these activists, we need to pick one person, 2 people, or maybe the whole world needs to say it, like if it comes down to that point. But I just feel like it's time to change these laws because every time something happens, just like right now, we all know what the next step is, right? If this continues for another week, they're going to implement martial law.
They're going to try. I think that there's a lot of people in the military saying they're not going to do it. It's not raising to the point of it, and other governments. Like, could you imagine if Trump was a dictator in the U.S., what that would do to the economies of the world? So now, they were talking to the Canadian prime minister, and they asked him about Trump, and he stayed silent for 22 seconds before he tried to answer.
You're surprised, man, how many people really support this, man, and how many, I remember, and this is before Obama, a lot of people when George W. Bush was in office, they hated this man's guts, right? Like, idiot, this and that. You're going to wars, you're starting problems, you don't know anything. And so
He was
the world-
nothing compared to this. Nothing.
I mean, not that, but it's like a relationship.
Mhm.
So I feel like America has been letting this stuff go on. And so that's why we're all fed up now, because it's like, why is it every time something happens, America acts like this? We bring in police brutality. It was over 100 years ago when we was fighting for basically a right to speak, African Americans. That's 1968. You know,
Yeah.
that's not long ago. You know, it's not that long ago. So I feel like this is the time where we can honestly say that this man doesn't know what he's doing. We know he's not the problem. We know that the Republican Party and the Democrat parties and all these other parties that are behind the government, they are allowing him to do this. So we have to stop everybody. We have to stop this whole government. And I say it's time to shut the government down. We almost shut the government down once. It's time to shut the government down and let's recreate these laws, because there's nothing else that's going to change. These white supremacists are still going to do what they want to do. It's time to put these people in jail. And I feel like if we can put criminals in jail, and I feel like we can put gangbangers in jail, I feel like it's time to put these racist people, I feel like it's time to put these people who are behind all these schemes in jail too. And that started with people just being honest. So when it comes down to judges and politicians, these people have to be accountable. So I think it's time to hold everybody accountable. Like I'm saying, I feel like it's really time to hold everybody accountable.
Yeah, and guys, it is important. Remember, it's important to have open conversations. It's important to go out and protest. I had the honor of going to one, and it was really eye-opening. It's important to sign petitions. It's important to donate if you can, and help continue to really fight to end police brutality and say enough is enough. We want to move on to your music career because we want to give you that platform as well. So we're kind of curious, how did you come up with the name Savage Bastard?
So Savage Bastard, I always call myself Savage B. That was just my nickname I always gave myself. But I said the B was for my last name, Ballard. So I just said, I was kind of one thing I just wanted to go with. I was like, man, Savage B, but I didn't want to tell people that was my last name. So I was like, I started making music. Like I was actually like being serious about it, because I always wrote music, always around it. And I was just like, I want a voice, and I want to make good music, and I want to just let the people know who I am. And so I was like, but Ballard's not going to do it. And so I was like, what's going to be controversial? What can get the people going? Like what is something that the world has been missing for a minute? And I was just like, Savage Bastard. And it wasn't the word savage that was just like, oh man, like, what do you mean? It's just kind of just what's been going on with this world. If you listen to music, a lot of women are using the word savage now. And it doesn't mean you're a hoe. It just means what you're doing and how you're going about it is very savage-like. It's very just so raw, uncut, just And so I chose Savage Bastard, man. And I love it. People love it. I mean, it's like the greatest thing ever. I can't even lie. People are referring me to old dirty bastard. They're like, man, you're like, that bastard dude. I'm just like,
That bastard dude.
Like, I just want to be the best bastard, I'm not trying to tell nobody. I just want to be the best bastard I can be. And so my dad, he's not currently alive anymore. So I was just like, bastard, somebody that doesn't have their parent or the dad, I'm just like, that's me. And I'm just like a savage boy that just didn't have his father and just grew up in this world. So you got Savage Bastard.
So what was the catalyst to make you want to start recording?
It was just, I had a lot of feelings. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of things were pushing me to music. One of the things was my boss, Metal World Peace. He does music. So I'm like, this dude does music. I heard Kobe did music, I'm just like, everybody got a song in them. I got a song in me. I know I got a song in me. And so I was just like, man, it's time to rotate. Let's do it, man. And I got me a team together. My producer, Python P, he works with another LA artist called Absol. They're really good friends. So, man, my producer is awesome, man. My friends are awesome. They're pushing me in the right direction. And they're just letting me be me. And it's interesting is people think that, I was just rapping. And the first song that I have, 101, is actually an R&B song. So actually like slower feel to the song. So I'm really just tricking people's mind. So just how they think Savage Bastard is probably like an idiot or a boy that just drinks, smoke, and don't know anything. But it's like, you know, I'm actually very smart. I could have been a politician. I could have been anything I wanted to be. But I chose to just play basketball and chase my dreams. And now I have more to talk about. I have a platform to talk about it. It's like, let's do it. You know, I'm ready to give people what they want. And that's why I came up with the name Savage B, because it's like, this is what the world wants. I'm what the world wants. You know, controversy, you know, somebody that's just in the field, you know, but still has enough media, how would I say, media,
Savvy?
nah, just media personified as far as like, you know what to say. Like, I know what to say with the media. And the media is basically the outlet that we all needed. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm going to give the media what they want. I'm what the media wants. Savage Bastard.
That's awesome. Can you tell us about what we can expect in the future?
So this tape that I'm about to drop right now is called The Savage Tape. The Savage Tape is going to have 6 songs on it. Not that long, nice, short, sweet. I have basically 3 songs done. So by the end of August, my mixtape should be dropping. I am with United Masters, which is a big distribution company, big. So I'm getting paid off streams. So I'm just making music, and you know, you get paid off streams nowadays. So that's the thing. And I'm just putting my music out there, and I'm just putting content out there. A lot of people don't even like me putting out this much content. They're just like, man, you need to slow down, man. I'm like, nah, like I'm giving people what they want, man. Like I'm going, you know.
Doesn't Drake put like 16, 20 tracks out at once? Like what? Why not?
I mean, why not? And you know, it's like I'm just doing me, you know. And I know when I listen to an album or a mixtape, I say, all right, I only want to hear 6 songs, you know. So with me, I rolled the dice and I said, I'm gonna drop 6 songs, but I know probably people are gonna like 3, 4 of them. So out that 3, 4 of them, I'm gonna actually direct and produce my own movie to go with these music videos, and they're gonna basically be a story of my life. So the songs are not just a good song to vibe to. I wrote it from a place where I was experiencing some very deep thoughts and just going through stuff with women, my mom, you know, friends. So you're gonna see more of a visual with the, you know, with the music video. It's gonna be amazing. The song is great, but the music video is gonna be off the chain.
Now, somebody who's been following you for 4 or 5 years, and I've been listening to your philosophies, and you've been teaching me stuff all this time. So I can't wait to hear what you've got. But when I heard your first song, I was like, wow, let's get Savage Bastard on our show, because I want to highlight his music, and he's a good friend of mine. So let's do it.
We go back from Drew League to just past the Drew League to just, hey, what do you want to do with your life? You know, I'm here for you. If you ever need help, I got you. And I was just coming from the basketball industry. That's why I'm so comfortable in the music industry, because it's pretty much the same thing. As far as getting your foot in the door, a lot of these connections that you meet, it's not going to be about money. A lot of these places, jobs and stuff that you go, you're probably not going to get a job, but it gives you opportunity. And that's basically what you want. You want opportunity. Coming from as an artist, coming from an athlete, you want an opportunity. So I put myself in a situation where I can get a good opportunity, and, you know, I'm trying to see what's going on, see if the world likes me, you know.
I'm sure they will. We do want to thank you for coming on. Do you want to give our, I guess, listeners or viewers your social media information of where they can find you?
Yes, sir. My SoundCloud is my name, Larry James Ballard III. My Instagram is Savage Bastard, SAVAGE with a 3, Bastard. And my Snapchat, Larry6King. My Twitter, Ladies Love Larry, LADIEZ, Love, LOVE, Larry, at twitter.com. And I have a YouTube, Larry James Ballard. You check my profile out. I have funny videos, just wacky videos. So yeah, I'm on all platforms. My distribution company is going to be releasing my music, so you can find my music on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify. You can find my music on all platforms. Amazon Prime, I'm everywhere. So you can find me. And if not, I'm going to be coming to you with my music. Let's believe that.
You want to tell us about this song, the 101?
Okay, so the song 101, it was actually something that I was dealing with in the past. So I was just driving on the 101 freeway, literally. And I remember just reminiscing on like a lot of stuff in my life. I'm just like, wow, like I came a long way, you know? And mind you, I started off doing background acting when I was like 19 years old. So I'm just like, dude, that freeway on the 101 going to Ventura, you know, hitting that side of the way, it's like, it's a doozy, you know? It's a doozy sometimes. So I was just on the 101 freeway, man, and I was just reminiscing. One of my old friends that I had, I wish nothing but the best for him, but we're not friends anymore. That was one of the biggest bars kind of that just like really hurt me inside because it was a good bar. My bar said I had to cut my friends off for the millions. And basically my friend was stopping me from my growth. And I was just reminiscing on my old dog because I'm just like, dang, we were supposed to be making millions. Like, you know, we had all these plans and ideas. And that was kind of like my first introduction to the rap game, the music industry. It was just like, dang, dog, like, first things first, I had to cut my friend off to get to the millions first. So let's start this, you know? And it just started the song off so perfectly, man. It just, the vibe was right. Like I said, once I started off with that bar, everything else is just flowing. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was in the studio, it hurt me saying those bars and just reminiscing on it. Like I said, it took me a minute, but it was just like, ooh, all right, well, let's get to it, man. Get to the millions. And the song is not that long. It's probably about 1minute, 59 seconds. And I'm just honestly just introducing myself to the world as Savage Bastard.
Thank you so much for coming on. We really do appreciate your time of perspective of everything going on in the world of music. Really, you had some great answers for us. So I'm sure you'll be back on again with us soon. Guys, go ahead and follow him on all social media. Follow us as well at In the Front Row LA on Instagram and Twitter. We also have a Facebook, so go ahead and like that. And you'll see more videos like this. And remember, guys, enough is enough and go vote. We're telling you that. We will see you next time. Shereen, thanks for joining me.
You're very welcome. And subscribe below. Subscribe and put on your notifications.
Yep.
And give Larry's song a listen to.
Man, you won't be disappointed. 101. It's my first single, Savage B, a.k.a. Savage Bastard, coming to you live and direct.
Larry, man, I'm not signing nobody. I'm on Savage time, doing my hobbies, sneaking girls through the lobbies. It's my kind of hobby. On the 101, trying to get some toppy. Shh, I savage. Alright. Smoking cookies, watching time fly. Reminiscing on my old dog. Supposed to be making millions. Had to cut them off for the millions. Friends are fake, only need real ones. I got God by my side and I need her on my ride. I'ma make it. I pray on it every night. I ain't gon' cry cause it's written on my face. Dead president's definition of a straight face. Giving God my blessings every day. I can tell a bad bitch no on my birthday. Keeping it 130 on the 110. Doing 150, bad bitch hair in the wind. I don't drink Grey Goose, I like hen. With no chaser, money make her go. Keeping it player, I don't even chase her. When she in her feelings, I just let that shit glide. Keeping my pimpin' real high. Staying under the radar from them guys. I tell shorty let me drop on by. Give her some weight she can hold. She ain't gon' tell us so. I got her back to the end of the road. Romeo, Juliet kind of roll. We just tryna save each other's soul. It's the only way to go. It's the only goal. Staying in savage mode. Cause it's bigger than these money goals. Gotta protect my family. Tryna flip our O to a P. I'ma flip this rag to a mill. Just to show you how it goes. Turn my dreams to reality. It's a golden show. Got a little man that's 5. He a blessing, tryna see him grow up to be a man. That's a blessing, time don't wait for no man. That's a message, counting these dead presidents till I feel the presence. Ain't nobody stopping me, I'ma do what I want till my presence is felt in everyone. The way I eat my girl pussy, she say I'm number 1. I got memories of my ex dumping me, she thought I was number 1. Back in them days, I was focused on D1. Got that component to make any girl believe my D was number one. I keep it blunt, I knew I was the one before I hit the blunt. Coming crazy, do my own stunts on the daily. Going crazy like Tracy McGrady. Getting kinda crazy, might jack in the 80s. She squirting, she ain't having no babies. She calling me daddy on the daily. This crazy savage life might betray me. This is getting crazy on the daily. Inhaling gas, laughing at my past. I ain't signing nobody. I'm on savage time. I'm doing my hobbies. Sneaking girls through the lobbies. Having fun. It's my kind of hobby. On the 101 trying to get some topic. That's savage.